Hey friends, it's Carly and welcome to the Alex Syberia Designs Boho Ho video hop. This is going to be so much fun. If you've already discovered the cuteness of this line, get ready for lots of inspiration on how to use it. And if you haven't discovered it yet, oh my goodness, you are going to love it. Now, there's a bunch of people hopping today and there's prizes, so make sure you check out the video description for more details on that. And let me show you what I made today. So today I am using the Christmas bouquet die, which is so beautiful and it's a really cool set. But for some reason, instead of die cutting it, I wanted to see what it would look like if I embossed with it. So I grabbed my supplies for embossing with my die cut machine. I used a little piece of low-tack tape to hook the die and the paper together because I wanted it to just be on the upper part of that panel. Now, I think this is a great way to stretch your dies and look how beautiful it looks. Isn't that amazing? Now, just to show you some different things, here is a heavier weight cardstock and here is a watercolor cardstock. And I actually feel like the lightweight, like 80-pound cardstock that I used got the best impression, which has surprised me, but I love how it turned out. So after I embossed that panel, I just set it aside and now I decided, what am I going to put on top? So I die cut some of the poinsettias from the set and I'm just giving them a quick color with some ink blending. Now it would have been much more efficient to use colored cardstock, but if you know me, I'm not the efficient crafter. So I'm going to color these pink with a little bit of Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry. And then I'm going to go in and add a little bit of red detail with a smaller blending brush and with some Festive Berry Distress Oxide ink. Next, I die cut some holly leaves and gave those a quick color with some Distress Oxide, Cracked Pistachio, and Salvaged Patina. And then I knew I wanted something really simple for the sentiment. The die set, the Christmas bouquet die set, has really cute big bold letters, which I'm a huge fan of, and I'm totally going to use those to make a shaker probably next, right after you guys watch this video. But for the sentiment, I wanted something really like simple and kind of classic, and I didn't want it to take up too much space, so I looked through my collection of wonderful Alex Syberia Designs stamps, and I found this one from the Avian Allure set. Now, technically, not a Christmas sentiment, but also not a Christmas sentiment. I think it worked out great. And as you can see, I'm testing it before I commit. So I've got it in my MISTI, but I've got a piece of acetate on top of my panel. And that way I can ink up the stamp onto the panel to check that I like it. And you can see I'm doing some checking here. Then I can either change it, or if I like it, I can just clean off the acetate, get it out of the way, ink up my stamp, and stamp again onto my actual card panel this time. Now, when I went to assemble everything, I realized I didn't have a flower middle, so I die cut that. There's some cute choices in this set, and I colored it with a pale yellow marker. I just didn't want it to be too bold because I thought the flower was so great. I didn't want to detract from that. I'm not sure if my colors are super accurate as far as actual flowers go, but I'm happy with them. I like how it turned out. I used foam tape to adhere the flower, which made it easy to rearrange the holly leaves and figure out where I really wanted them to go, and then adhere them with some glue and have them tucked underneath, so it worked out perfect. I used scissors to trim off that little bit of holly that was hanging over, and then I was ready to put it onto a card. Now, sometimes I find that adhering embossed panels can be a little tricky, so I like to put the glue onto the smooth folded card surface. I find that works a little bit better. And then just make sure I give it a really good press once I get it together. And last but not least, I'm adding a little bit of a faux splatter with some pens. I like to grab pens that have different size tips and then just kind of dot them around with different bits of pressure to make different size dots. Better than me trying to actually splatter paint on here and ruining absolutely everything. Okay, and here you can see the final card in some good lighting. I really love how it turned out. I feel like the embossed background is so classic, but then it has a big, bold pop of color there. I really love it. Now, don't forget to check the video description to see where you will hopping next, or maybe where you should have come from in case you've gotten lost. And I hope you have a wonderful time checking out everybody's fantastic projects. Thanks for stopping by, and happy crafting!